we have a lot of cues from the peepees.
Yes, we
Not
do.
even a lot of cues. Just some like juicy goss.
Mm-hmm. And you're out here staying up with us. Today, we're staying up with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. And you guys are going to stay up with the other peepees. Hello and welcome to Staying Up with Cami and Taryn. I'm Cami.
And I'm Taryn. And every night we get to have a sleepover, but every week we invite you to join us. So thanks for staying up.
Thanks for staying up. I feel like a new segment on the podcast is like, what non-alcoholic beverage are we drinking?
I know, you guys. We're off the bottle and we miss her.
Mm-hmm. I'm drinking de soy, I think is how you pronounce it.
Or maybe it's Dessois.
De soy?
Yeah,
How do you say that?
I don't know.
De soy?
Desoi.
Yeah. I don't know. But it's so good. It's like having a little Aperol spritz. And it is like really hitting the spot.
I love that for you.
It's doing it.
I'm having this thing that has become my fucking staple, bro. It's called Avec, A-V-E-C. And it is yuzu and lime flavored. No sugar, no calories, all flavors. It sounds like an ad, but honestly, this shit has just been really
Wait, did you say
keeping me
that or does the
afloat.
bottle say that?
I said that.
Oh, I thought you were reading the bottle. You were just flat out being like, this is what I think.
It does say only 0 grams sugar, which is very
Only
funny.
0. Only 0 grams of sugar. That is funny.
We're still on our non-alcoholic journey. Not alcoholic. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounded like I was calling us alcoholics.
Not.
We're still not having alcohol
Non-alcohol. I don't know.
because we are officially, so we believe, starting IVF in whenever my
Couple
next
weeks.
period starts.
It's funny.
which
I
should
feel
be-
like I haven't been chatting about it as much publicly because like the dates were so up in the air.
Yeah.
And I know that they're less up in the air now, but they still feel like they are.
So the short of why it was like up in the air for us of like when we do it, when we don't, is normally or every time that you do the egg retrieval or IVF or whatever, it's all based on your cycle. Our cycles are not synced right now, so we are having to do it. We can't do it at the same time.
Which I'm glad. I don't think we should.
Would be fucking mayhem.
I just hear it's like so overwhelming to be
Yes.
doing the like shots, the fertility shots for egg retrieval.
But what makes it extra hard to plan for us is that our doctor is an hour away from us, basically, like close to where my parents live. And so we have been trying to figure out, how do we stay out there for a month or what do we do? And
Yeah, because you have to go there like every other day.
yeah, you're going in for appointments every other day. So we finally got it figured out. And we're between two places of where we're going to
And our
stay.
sperm got delivered to
And our
the clinic.
Sperm, dude. Can you believe yesterday on a plane, our sperm was like,
Our little babies were just like,
wait, we have the babies right now.
nobody has the babies.
But
the
like-
babies do not exist
But
yet.
like the eggs.
We have the eggs, and then there's the sperm.
But
and then
I
they
feel like
make
the eggs are
embryos.
more important
The
than the
eggs
sperm.
feel so much more important.
So I'm like,
There's a little bug in here.
we have the babies currently.
No one has the babies.
No, but just for this,
sure.
we have more of the baby.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the baby, 49%.
The ingredients of the baby are on
is
their
on
way.
its way.
Yeah.
Just landed.
Yeah.
The doctor emailed us and was like, good news, it got here early. It's just so funny to think
And it was going,
that, like,
hopped to the plane at LAX with my sperm on my way to my mom's.
it's iconic. But yeah. But we're just, we're excited. Now it all feels very real that like in a building, in a fridge, an hour away from us right now is like the thing that's going to crawl up in you. And make a
Oh,
baby.
stop it. No, I don't like the way you're putting it. That's gross. This is disturbing.
Spooky
I keep
sperm.
like waiting for it to feel real. And I keep thinking it's like once we're really doing the IVF process and not just the egg retrieval, because so many people do egg retrieval but like when they don't even know if they want kids yet.
Yeah.
Like it's a step that a lot of people do these days.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it's going to feel real, but the other day when we were talking about the Olympics in 2028, if you don't know, they're in LA. So we were talking about going and like what sports we want to watch and what we want to see. And when we were talking about that, I was like, holy shit, we could have like a 3-year-old
Yeah.
by that time.
Yeah.
Or an almost 4-year-old. and they can talk and might have opinions on what sports we go watch, and
there could be sports for them at that age. Could you imagine?
Like them playing?
Yeah, it was like baby Olympics.
Baby luge.
Oh my God, you picked the most dangerous
one. I don't know why it just popped in my head. Bye,
Billy. But then I was like, wait, we could have 2 kids.
Yeah.
All this is crazy because I feel like it's like people, it's knock on wood, it's don't want to jinx it by talking about blah, blah, blah. But like, it feels nice to just talk about it as if it's going to go a good way and it's going to go the way we want it to go.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like we just avoid talking about it because we're like, well, we don't know that it's going to work and we don't know that whatever. And it's like, obviously all of this is God willing, and not God willing, whatever.
Somebody willing.
Someone willing. I'm like, just, I want it to go this way. And it's nice to be able to like say that.
Yeah.
No, and if it doesn't, and we can be a little sad and disappointed, but like I
totally agree with you, and like
just excited,
being positive and optimistic and almost like manifesting the good side of it. But I don't know why, for some reason in my head, I know it's gonna go the way it's meant to go. Like, I'm making peace with whatever this journey entails, and I think it's why I haven't gotten frustrated when things have already gone wrong and like timing's been thrown off and we've had to wait for this or that. Like, I just feel very sure already, I don't know why, that like everything is going to unfold. It's going to work out in the end. So just like take things as they come.
Totally.
And I don't want to expect things. And that's even why when people are like, oh, so what's the timing? When would you be pregnant by? Blah, blah, blah. I don't have that answer, and I know I don't. So it's not that I'm trying to be negative by being like, I don't know. When it happens, it happens. It's like, well, we do our first round of IVF most likely in October. Statistically, there's a 40% chance of the first one working. So I could be pregnant as soon as October. But we'll see. And then if that round doesn't work, then we'll try again as soon as recommended and my body allows. And we feel mentally. Like, it's not that I don't think things are going to go well. I just really have been like, I want to do everything I can in my power of like eating right, moving, not drinking, all the things. I want to be like, tick, 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 I did that. And whatever happens, like, let's just let it be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I realized that the doctor said we both needed to be taking more vitamin D.
Yes.
And we haven't been.
We, see, that's why the one that I take is like a weekly thing. That I will forget every time. So, and I really need to step that up because
yours was low.
Mine was super low, and I like don't think it works if mine's too low. So yeah, that is something we gotta.
I had a little mini panic about that earlier. I was like, well, fuck, our D is low. Of course our D is low.
I mean, where are we getting the D?
We're lesbians.
Go on.
But we
need to lay in the sun a little bit.
I was just going to say, I think we need to be getting out in the sun more, and we need to supplement.
Yeah, and order some like Sunny D to drink.
That's beautiful.
I wish.
You're my Sunny D.
I miss Sunny. Oh my God.
You look Sunny D in your yellow shirt, in my yellow shirt.
Thank you. I also feel like it's so crazy. Whenever I started taking my pre and probiotic from the Nuco, I had said, and I think I've already said this before, but I was like, oh, I want to be on this for a year before we get pregnant. And I don't even know why I decided that, but I was just like, in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be on this for a year. That's so great. My gut health will be all good. Like, I'll know I have that in check. And that's going to be the first thing I focus on. Then closer up, I'll make sure this is good. And this is like, it was my number one thing.
Yeah.
And it will almost be to the day of being on it that we do egg retrieval.
That's insane.
Isn't that kooky? But yeah, if you want to be like me and get on your pre and probiotic game, you can get 20% off the Nuco using code CAMI20. I will put a little link in the description box. And it has helped me. Anything else I have to take in the morning, I never forget because I know I'm going to take my Nuco.
You've been very good at it.
It's my midday
and your digestion
prenatals.
Never gets fucked.
No, I'm crushing it.
You're like, it's always working.
Yeah, even when I accidentally was served chorizo.
You guys.
I'm going to be sick talking about it.
She was literally horrified. I don't even like chorizo, and I'm not. I have meat sometimes, but
it wasn't even in the dish I ordered, which is this frustrating thing. Like, I didn't even have to ask for no chorizo.
We both ordered an omelet. I don't even think you made any amendments to your omelet, except for no cheese. You said no cheese.
No cheese.
And then they put chorizo in it.
No crema.
No crema.
No crema. And they said, okay, no crema, but here's some poor innocent pig. And I looked at Tara and I was like, remind me what chorizo is again? It's a cow? And she's like, worse.
Dude. And then I felt so bad because it was her whole meal. It was a scramble.
It was
like
all
an
up
egg
in
scramble.
there.
So it was like, And it was very sweet. She's like, babe, I'm pretty what if they just put the chorizo on the bottom? And I just like got a little and I was like, honey,
because I got a spicy bite and I was like, nothing in here has been spicy yet. What's that? And then I looked at it and there was just meat all over my dish.
Then on the way home, we called my mom and we're telling her about it. She's like, oh, Cam, I'm so sorry. And she's like, maybe it was soy richo. She meant soy rizo. That was called soy rizo. Soy rizo.
It's like said chorizo,
soy but so many times with now.
Soy. I know in my head it's soricho.
She used to keep going, I'm pretty sure it was soricho.
We're just like dying on the phone. She's like, no, I really think so.
She like didn't think that. She thought we were like
laughing at something else.
Soy rizo isn't a thing.
Yeah.
But
She's like, no, it's popular. It's everywhere now. That was so
it's
cute.
It's because you keep saying soy richo,
that did make me feel a little bit
pretty
better.
cute. Was it worth it?
No. I ate a poor little innocent pig. Literally, it
snorted
looks just like Frank.
All the way right to our dish.
Stop it.
I didn't even get chorizo or soy richo for that matter. It's like a fucking bummer.
Anyways, we're watching what we eat and restaurants are screwing it over because for the first time in almost 10 years, I had a little innocent piggy.
I caught up on the DCC show, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, whatever show.
America's Sweethearts?
No, America's Sweethearts. It was a spinoff. Yeah, dude. It's like this candy giant put it together. It was fucking crazy.
Sweethearts has a whole dance team now. It's crazy. I'm going to try out.
Are you sweet or are you sour?
That'd be cute.
I started that show.
Yeah.
Because you watched it and my sister-in-law watched it.
Oh, it's the best. Well, I watched all of DCC, like the reality show, because I was obsessed with it. So when this came out, I was like, yes, right up my alley.
And I binged it. It's great. It's on Netflix. It's just about the Dallas Cowboys cheerleading squad. Do they call it the squad, or is that not cool?
Sure.
It's about the squad. It's about the crew.
It's just the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, DCC.
I'm saying what it's about.
I know.
Sorry, it's about Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Whatever.
Plural.
But at one point, they were kicking so fucking high. Like their legs are like parallel to their body, it feels like.
Yeah, they do a whole kick line.
They do a kick line.
After dancing across the entire field. It's pretty miraculous. Those girls don't get paid enough.
Well, Cam was like, that's so amazing. That seems so hard, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I would be so exhausted. And then I was like, well, you were a dancer. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, that's so crazy that like I didn't know you at all during something that is so big to your life.
I know. That is so weird.
Like when you tell people what you were like growing up, you're like, I figure skated, I danced. Like,
you're like, I've never seen those.
That was half of your life.
Yeah. You've never come to a dance competition.
That sucks. Like, I would love to do that.
That's so cute.
And I just had this like sad thought of like, oh, like I never got to see you in that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's most people now when you're meeting your partner in like your mid-20s or whatever.
Yeah, even like post-college.
Totally.
Like when you have kind of like hobbies that don't turn into careers but are like a huge part of your identity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I'm like, wait a second. What were you like? Like what were you like as a dancer? Like that's so cute.
You're cute. I love
What were you like? Tell me.
What was I
Were you like trying to be sexy when you danced?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think there was
I always thought that that's what dancers were thinking.
No. I don't think it depends what kind of dance you're doing.
Well, like when you were doing like hip hop or like cool.
Yeah, I feel like there was some like whenever we would dance it was like the song would play for a little bit and then it was like a mix. So there'd be some dances that were like definitely sexier.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like when I was 15.
Yeah.
I was trying to like look hot when I played tennis. Sometimes for like people that were there.
You were trying to look hot playing tennis?
Yeah. What? You weren't trying to like impress your crush?
My crushes were not at my dance competitions. Those things were like 12 hours long.
They didn't come to watch your dance competitions?
I mean, I was dating somebody on the team. So
wait, what do you mean they weren't on your dance competitions? They were in them.
We were both there. We were both there.
So you couldn't, I mean.
They weren't watching me. But we were both up there.
But do you know what I mean? Like when you're, I don't know, I just figured with dance that's like, you're the height of your hormones. You're like growing up. You're like, ooh, I'm trying to be cute for the football boy or the tennis girl. You know?
Yeah, I was definitely never trying to be cute for a football boy.
But for the tennis girl,
never. didn't know any tennis girls, unfortunately, at the time. If I knew you, I'd try to be sexy for you.
Would you?
I don't remember that being what was on my mind, to be honest.
Interesting. I just think that's insane that there was a whole part of your life that I never witnessed, saw, experienced. Like, I never got to be
in our 20s.
I never got to be nervous for you. Aww. Like when you're going out on stage, I never got to be like, that's my girlfriend or like anything.
Yeah,
that's a bummer. Yeah.
If there was a time machine, we could go back and do that. Would you?
Yeah.
If that was the only thing you could do with the time machine. It was like, take me to a dance competition and
take me to Orlando, Florida.
Okay, wait. We have to get into the stories this week because they are long and the peepees are going through it.
Well, the peepees are going through it.
You want to start us off?
I do. We are reading real stories. We are going to read real stories from the peepees. You guys submitted them at stayinguppod.com. No, stayinguppod@gmail.com.
There you go.
And if you too want to tell us your drama so we can all stay up with you, please do. But also, please be concise. So we don't have to use ChatGPT to make them shorter and then probably miss a lot of context.
Yeah.
To say. And change your names as well.
These are all please change your names.
Tell us the verdict. Are we happy with these people? Are we sad with these stories? Let us know as we go through them in the comments, wherever you'd like to respond. Okay. Story number 1. Should I tell his wife that he asked my girlfriend for nudes?
My first thought is yes, but we'll see.
That was
where this goes.
That's the story. Okay. My long-term girlfriend, Bryn, has a best friend named Sarah. They've been inseparable since childhood. I met them in college when we all played rugby together. Fun. And Bryn and I started dating in our second year. Over time, we all became super close with Sarah and her now husband, Kevin. We spent all of our free time together, took vacations together. We were in their wedding and even bought a house less than a mile away from them. Whoa. This is jarring knowing where this is going.
I know.
Last year, Kevin started acting very creepy towards Bryn. He made flirtatious comments, focused solely on her needs, stood behind her whenever possible, and even put Sarah down in front of us.
Stood behind her? I don't like that being called out is freaking me out.
The looming behind. The guy from Harold. Yeah. Brainy. At his own wedding rehearsal, he made inappropriate remarks about Bryn's body in front of Sarah. What? Things escalated at a friend's wedding where he stared at Bryn's chest, ran to get her drinks, and even body blocked me from standing next to my own girlfriend while Sarah was right there. I finally confronted both Sarah and Bryn, but Sarah denied everything, and Kevin gaslit me, saying I saw what I wanted to see. It took everything in me not to tell Sarah that Kevin once asked Bryn for a nude when we started dating. I only withheld it because Bryn...
Early on.
I only withheld it because Bryn never told Sarah, fearing it would ruin their friendship. What hurt the most was that Bryn sided with Sarah, not wanting to lose her friend, even though it felt like she was choosing them over me. It's been 6 months and I still feel very alone. Bryn and I keep fighting because she wants to hang out with them, but I've set a boundary that I can't do it. I told her she can see them alone, but she says it's not the same. I love Bryn, but I just can't move on. What would you do in my situation?
Well, yikes.
What would you do?
I mean, I get the boundary setting of like, no, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to keep double dating.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable. I feel like we've been around couples where like one of them will put the other down in front of us.
It's literally the worst.
Alone is uncomfy. So like if a couple, there was one of them flirting with you, annoying enough. Then putting the other down, double annoying. That it's like, ugh. I don't know. I think if I was her, I would be talking to her girlfriend and being like, I think you need to talk to Kevin. And I think you need to tell him that this is like
inappropriate.
Incredibly inappropriate.
Yeah.
I'm feeling disrespected at this point. Like him stepping in front of me to be by you.
Yeah.
Like, one, I feel uncomfortable for our friend who's married to him. This feels weird that we're not addressing this and telling her. But then at this point, I feel disrespected. And I'm your girlfriend and I shouldn't feel disrespected. So I would appreciate if you would have a talk with him and tell him that he needs to be more aware.
Yeah.
Even if she could be like, hey, I know you don't mean anything by this. Like, downplay it if you need to. But just like, you've done this and this. Like, give him a few examples and be like, it's just starting to make me a little uncomfortable. And like, I see like you're putting Sarah down. Are you okay? Like, are you guys doing all right?
Are you okay, Mr. Man?
No, like with your, if he's your friend. So being like, hey, you're putting my other friend down. Like, are you guys doing okay?
Right. Like, it's uncomfortable to be around you when you shit on one of our good friends that's also your wife.
Your new wife.
Like, weird.
Yeah. I think, like, if you are all friends, these conversations should be able to be had. It shouldn't be weird to talk about that and share this and to be like, you're making me uncomfortable. You're making my girlfriend uncomfortable. You're not being kind to your wife. What's going on here?
Do you feel that the girlfriend should have told his wife about the nude?
Oh, I don't know that there's enough context here of like really who is.
They all grew up together. We're all super good friends. Like,
yeah.
I feel like she should have said something.
Yeah, it's really hard now that it is past, I feel like. I'm glad that the two girls dating are sharing that info. Like, they seem to have a very open and honest relationship where they're able to communicate. And I think it is hard when you think another couple doesn't have that and you do, to be like, wait, can I share this? Am I going to cause problems?
Yeah.
But like, he's been disrespectful from the get-go. They were already dating when he asked her for nudes.
Yes.
I can't believe that, what's her name, Bryn, wants to be friends with Kevin when he's like being inappropriate. But I feel like when you're friends with someone for a long time, you brush stuff like that off. You're like, that's just how they are.
What's interesting is it sounds like, so our main girl, let's call her Molly, I find it interesting that she like said her girlfriend was kind of siding with Sarah, like backing the wife up by being like, no, it was nothing, like scoffing it off. I feel like that's so funky.
I think the way I read this is the wife Sarah is wanting to be a little in denial. It's her new husband, where she's like, no, oh my God, like, must have read it wrong. Like, I'm sure it was harmless.
Everyone for nudes.
I don't think that was brought up yet, and then I feel like Bryn, the girlfriend, is like not wanting to upset Sarah, not wanting to make it contentious with her friend Kevin, and it's like trying to smooth it over.
Yeah.
I think everyone's not trying to gaslight our PP. They're trying to be like, I like our dynamic of the four of us getting to hang out. I don't want to ruin, like, we've had that. We become really good friends with couples, and we're like, if they have problems or if like there's an issue, we're like, oh no, like I love this group hang. Like I don't want
but the four of us are great.
Yeah, it's like, but it's so fun.
The two of you are really bad, but the four of us are perfect.
But yeah, it's like, it's a hard dynamic when there's two couples.
Yeah.
Trying to like be good friends together. So I don't read that as Bryn trying to like gaslight her partner or do anything. I don't know. I mean, I'm not in this situation, but I read that as like, I don't want to make this like a big thing.
So you're saying that our PP asked what she should do now that Bryn wants to hang out with them still. And Molly, the main girl, said, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think she needs to ask her girlfriend to step it up a little bit here and don't make me go into a situation that's not comfortable because it's more fun, air quotes, for you, because it's not fun for me. And I shouldn't have to feel like I'm hiding secrets from our other friend. Like, I'm in a really uncomfortable situation now.
Yeah.
And I would like you to respect that and not ask me to just like let it roll off my back when I'm sharing with you that I'm uncomfortable with this. So
I think that's perfect.
If you want this dynamic still, let's find ways to make me comfortable. And here's X, Y, and Z ways that I could get comfortable with this. Whether we tell Sarah about the nudes, whether you talk to Kevin and tell him to get his shit together, or we are telling her about the nudes, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Like, let's fix this situation.
Yeah.
Or I need you to respect that this is not like good for me.
It's so crazy to imagine that situation happening to us. Like, imagine someone was like constantly hitting on me or constantly hitting on you while we hung out with them.
I'm just like, I wouldn't want to hang out. I don't think either. That's the weird thing where I'm like, neither of us would want to hang out with them. Like,
they must just, both of the women must be in denial to some way. They're like, Kevin's just being fucking Kevin.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
He's being silly. We're brother, sister.
Yeah.
Not that makes it okay. Because
no,
now
of course not.
Else.
But I think that's how people try to justify when things go south a little.
I think so too.
Are we ready for our next story?
Hit it.
Planning a wedding with my ex's new girlfriend.
Planning a wedding with my ex's new girlfriend.
My best friend got married last March. Everything was really great, but also really terrible. Because my best friend getting married meant that I was maid of honor, which meant I was heavily involved in everything, which meant I spent a lot of time with her wife's maid of honor, who I didn't get along with because my ex-girlfriend left me for her. This is so gay. I love this.
This is so gay.
There was a lot of getting frustrated with each other, but I found out she was extra moody because our ex left her for someone else too.
Is she at this wedding?
And she found it embarrassing to be around me. I just thought, haha, guess we're even now. Yeah, it's like you got a taste of your own medicine. That would be embarrassing to be like, ooh, she left me for you, and now I lost her how I got her.
100%.
Slowly, though, we naturally got to know each other more, and we started to learn how to get along. By the time the wedding came around, we were good. I noticed she was treating me differently, too, and that our whole dynamic had shifted. We were no longer awkward because of our ex. We were awkward because we wanted to flirt. Yes, enemies to lovers pipeline.
Wait.
I love it.
Oh my God, I love this pipeline.
The tension kept building and building, and then once our friends were off on their honeymoon, we ended up sleeping together.
Whoa!
I kind of love that they waited until after the wedding.
So respectful.
To be like, if we sleep together and it becomes messy again, like we're finally good.
Yeah.
We're finally able to coordinate the bridal party, whatever they have to do with their duties.
Perfect way to not make it messy.
I was worried at first. We're both known for being clumsy in the romance department, and our best friends are married, so it felt weird and scary. I figured I'd be smart to keep it casual, but after a while, it became very clear to me that that wasn't what we had. I love her so much that I wish there was a better word for it, and I'm so happy that it's almost embarrassing. I just thought people should know.
I love that.
It's so cute. And honestly, in the email, there was this like long, beautiful, almost poem-esque like way of describing her love for her, but it was like long, and I decided to just like leave it out because it just honestly felt so special. I'm like, this is just like cute.
You said, I just want this.
Yeah, no, like this is just for them and me. And none of you to hear. No, but it was just cute, and it was just as long of like all the things she didn't like, and now her understanding who she is, and like, you're stubborn because you care about
not
people.
you
like,
cutting it out to say it.
I know. Well, I wasn't going to, but I was like, after thinking about it, I was like, wait, she probably put this in here because she like wanted her to hear, and I shouldn't have cut it out. But I was trying to make it a little bit shorter. But oh my God.
Wow, cute ass story.
I know.
Proud
I want to know what their ex thinks.
Fuck their ex. And I hope that she's really mad.
I hope she's mad too.
As she should be.
Yeah.
That's a really sweet story.
I know.
I love, wow, first of all, it feels like a rom-com in every way. Like,
as I was reading it, I was like,
imagining
we hate each
them
other.
like planning like their different bachelorette parties for the bride.
Yeah.
And then being like at the altar kind of being like, wait a second, do I feel something? Like looking at each other past the...
Getting a little drunk at the wedding, like dancing, flirting, being like, ooh.
And then like, should we? And then there's like a scene where the plane has left for the honeymoon, and then the girls
are like jump each other.
Wow, do you think that's their plane? And they're like, maybe. What do you think they're doing up there? Maybe they're joining the Mile High Club. That'd be crazy, right? And then they go for a little makeout.
This should be a movie. It's a very,
honestly, I just wrote
very cute.
Love that story. What I have here is another story.
Give it to us.
Oh, I'll give it to you. Possible homoerotic coworker friendship / relationship?
Love a little homoerotic anything, to be honest.
You won't love this.
Oh, no.
Call me E and call my coworker Ada. Over the past few months, my relationship with Ada has been a roller coaster, leaving me confused and drained. But when we first became friends, I never imagined that it would get this way. Here's the backstory. Ada and I started off as trauma-bonded coworker friends, which is every friendship coworker situation where you're just like, this is awful. Let's be friends. We spent time together both in and out of work. Our interactions were often playful with a bit of teasing and flirting mixed in. I enjoyed her company and valued our friendship very much. Things then started to take a turn. She would do things that were very strange, like putting my hair in my mouth. I don't know. I've read that like 7 times.
Putting my
hair in my mouth.
Okay.
Which I agree is extremely strange.
Come here. I just gotta like visualize it. So I'm taking your hair.
Yeah, and you're putting
I'm gonna put it in your mouth.
Yeah. That is fucking strange.
That is strange.
Things started to take a turn. She put my hair in my mouth. Okay. Asking strange questions.
Oh, God. Like what? Like, do you want your hair in your mouth?
Why don't you look happy about your hair in your mouth? Comparing me to her ex-boyfriend, who loved his hair in his mouth. Okay, comparing me to her ex-boyfriend. Trying to take my bra off at the club.
At the club?
Insisting for longer hugs.
Wait, do we work at the club? Or are we at work?
No, like they went to the club.
Okay, got it. And she's
not trying to impress her at work. And then
she sounds like a creep right now. Insisting on longer hugs is like the creepy old guy, like, come here, give me a hug, baby.
Oh, come on.
Eat your take a little nibble, sweetheart. You know you want to.
Okay. Insisting for longer hugs and even asking me if I liked other girls whenever I was talking to them. This made me question if something more was happening between us, but Ada would often shut down any attempt to discuss our relationship more seriously.
Okay.
One of the most confusing I can't with the hair.
That's all I can think about.
One of the most confusing aspects has been Ada's attitude towards how others perceive us. When people would make comments in the past, she didn't care, but I did, and she would say, who cares what people think? Now she's concerned people might think that we're gay, acting differently because of this. But at the same time, I felt like she was still being flirty. Here's the breaking point, which is crazy. After that long list.
She shaved my hair off
made
a soup out of it and made me eat it.
A soupe.
All right, what's the breaking point, E? Fuck.
Okay. I invited Ada to hang out after months of not spending time together. You shouldn't have done that.
Wait, why didn't we spend months together?
Probably because she's making her eat her hair. And she wouldn't let go when they would hang out. She never could keep her bra on. I don't know. Okay. We went out to eat, then went to a coworker's house later that night. Dude, we're not ready. Things quickly spiraled out of control.
No. Why did you pick this one?
Because it's so crazy.
You gotta be able to read it, though. Should I just read it?
Ada came up to me and told me she was thirsty, but then got upset when I told her to ask the guy that she was talking to for a drink. She reacted by pouring water on me. I'm sorry.
Baby, keep it together.
And when we left, her anger escalated. She began cursing at me, shoving me, cursing me out, told me, and I quote, take your dumbass shades off and look at me, and accusing me of thinking she's a whore. A word that I never once used or thought. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at her hurting you, but that's
try so hard to keep your shit together.
Okay.
You got it, baby. You got it. You got to be brave.
She also brought up past issues, minimized my feelings, even physically threw my hat.
How would she throw it any other way? Even mentally threw my hat.
Girl, we are not laughing at you. This is just the details of the story are continuously funny. Okay. I was left stunned and hurt, shocked at how our night had taken such a negative turn.
Now, I'm not shocked. She sounded a little off the rockers from the get-go.
Now I'm left with many questions. I've apologized to Ada and tried to express how emotionally drained I am, yet I still care about our friendship. But her behavior, especially the physical aggression and constant accusations, has made me question whether this relationship is healthy for me. Her behavior suggests that she might be struggling with her own emotions, possibly even feelings for me, but she seems unwilling or unable to address them. I'm in a bit of a limbo and I'm not sure how to move forward. I am exhausted and at a crossroads. I don't want to lose a crossroads.
And I'm playing a crossword.
Crosswords are always on my mind. I don't want to lose Ada as a friend, but I recognize that the current state of our relationship is not sustainable. I'm seeking help to understand the situation better and figure out the best way to navigate this complicated friendship. Maybe we both have feelings for each other. ?
Honestly, the end of that, I'm like, you understand, you know what's right. Like, this
ain't right.
Healthy right now. I love the details you shared with us. That was incredible.
Say it with me, honey. That ain't
that ain't right. That ain't right.
That's what we say to things like this. That ain't right.
I don't think that this is something that you kind of like navigate together. I think that Ada, is that what we're calling her? Ada needs like to work some stuff out, whether she has internalized homophobia, whether she has commitment. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? Anger issues, whatever's happening with Ada, she needs to work those out. And I don't think you need to completely cut her out of your life, but I think I would share with her like, hey, this does not feel like a healthy relationship the way it is right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to like take a step back. I'm here for you always. I value you and your friendship so much.
Yeah.
But for right now, there's just been too many things. You physically threw my hat.
I find that this person does not seem like a safe person.
No.
And I think a lot of times we like try to excuse kooky behavior by because we're like, but it used to be so good, or like it used to be easy and she never was like this. Like I'm so surprised by it and whatever. This person does not sound super stable or even remotely stable. And I think that their kooky behavior should be listened to and honestly watched, put on a watch list. I'm scared of this person in some ways. Like the fact that she got physical with you is like a never. That's a no-no.
Yeah, there's just no excuse for it.
There's none.
Especially like your coworkers too. Like there's just so many aspects of your life that is going to murk up.
So I personally think even if you're excited about the potential of like having a little lesbian crush,
not like
this is not your person.
This is not
you can't even handle, not you, but like a friendship isn't even working organically.
Yeah.
Let alone
add in more emotions.
Add in more. Like this person's got a lot of stuff to work out, and you are significantly better off without them.
Yeah. You don't need to like have like a savior complex and help fix her.
Yeah.
She has stuff that she needs to come to terms with on her own.
And one of them is that she shouldn't be forcing hair into other people's mouths.
Yeah, that one's really freaking me out. All right. Next story. Everyone is going to think I'm a bitch for walking out on my pregnant wife.
Oh, boy. I need context, man.
My wife and I met when I was 22 and she was 18. We were each other's gay awakening and fell madly in love and got married a few months later.
Okay, fast.
Being that we were so young, we never talked about a lot of things. We are 5.5 years into our marriage and the topic of kids came up. Mandy can't wait to have kids. And over the years, I've kind of realized I'm not sure if I want to have kids.
Aww.
Yeah, this is a hard position. It's like I would never tell somebody to get into a relationship not knowing this, but they were so young.
They didn't know.
And got married. It's just like you weren't thinking about kids.
Bummer.
2 months ago, Mandy had a serious conversation with me and said she was tired of waiting on me to decide if I wanted kids or not, and said she would be starting the fertility/donor process on her own.
Whoa.
She told me I could walk out on our marriage if I wanted to, since I'm not ready to make a decision. But I really didn't say much other than ask for a little more time to work on childhood traumas and honestly some internalized homophobia, which I suspect are the biggest things turning me off to the idea of having kids. Mandy took my silence as an agreement and proceeded with the insemination plans. This process didn't take very long because that same month she got inseminated. To my surprise, she actually had been working on this longer than the few days she gave me to make my choice.
Oh no.
She had been working out all of the details of the donation with the donor for a while.
Oh.
Which, like, through our process, I'm like, this has taken so long. I can't imagine being able to do this so quickly. Mandy came to my job yesterday and told me she is pregnant. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm in shock that she actually went through with her plan. I guess I was hoping she would feel too guilty to continue since I hadn't given her an answer. She already has told family members that she is pregnant. But the shitty part of all of this is that never once has she mentioned that she was doing this because she had decided to go on her own, regardless of my choice. She has been telling everyone, including the donor, that we are both fully ready and both want this so bad. Meaning, if I get the courage to leave because this is just too much for me, I look like a deadbeat mom. Everyone is going to think I'm a bitch for walking out on my pregnant wife.
Oh.
And I know for a fact she's not going to ever be honest and just let people think I'm the bad guy. I know you might be thinking, why am I not saying anything or doing anything? But the truth is, I don't know how to live without her. She has been my only family in a very long time. My family isn't very supportive. I feel like I just go along with everything because I'm way too attached and maybe a little scared to be alone. I don't want to let go of the only true family member I have. We moved to Austin, Texas from California in our first year of marriage, and we are out here on our own, which I feel like makes it harder to just stand up for myself or just leave because realistically, I don't have any family or support to lean on out here.
Yeah.
I have moments when I think I could get used to the idea of being a mom, but I don't know if it's because I'm trying to please her like I always do, or because it's an actual decision I'm making for myself. I am so confused.
Fuck. Yeah. Fuck, Aaron.
This is so layered and difficult.
I'm really trying to think if you were sat on my couch telling me this story.
Yeah. Like this is
and
your
I had
friend
to say something and to give you something. I would tell you that I am really fucking sorry that no matter what choice you make, it's probably not going to feel like the fully right choice. Just because it's so loaded.
Yeah.
And also that in a couple years, you will be really proud of the choice that you made, whatever choice that it is.
Yeah.
And then I think I would just say, have you been going to therapy to talk about wanting to be a parent or not wanting to be a parent and working through that stuff you wanted to work through? How has that been going? Is it giving any levels of clarity? Is it not? I would ask. I was
going to call you out, but you did
I would ask about if this is how you the type of partner that you want. I think is the main thing where I'm like, I totally understand you guys not agreeing on kids or not kids and that being a long conversation that needs to be had. But I am really not down with the way that your partner went about this. I feel like that's unfair in many levels and it's setting you up to feel terrible no matter what you choose. Not fully terrible. That's not what I mean. I'm not saying that you're going to have the bad end of the stick no matter what you do. The decision has been made
for her in many ways. Yes. And that's not fair.
So I think I honestly feel like I would tell you to be going to couples therapy and be going to your therapy on your own.
Yeah.
And I would prioritize figuring out how you feel about this fast. Not forcing yourself into like make a decision fast, but like out of all the other things going on in your life, I would feel like this is probably the most important thing to figure out.
Yeah.
Just because it's like such a big deal. And now that there's like a baby about to come into the world.
Yeah.
Is like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That really sucks. I'm really sorry.
I totally agree with you. My like biggest concern in this is how it was handled as partners. Like,
yeah,
even the process of us picking our donor and everything we've done so far, I want to do that with you. And I hate that this has been robbed from you if you do decide you want a kid. I really feel the decision to have a kid or not and stay together or not should have been made prior. It shouldn't have been like, okay, well, I'm doing this and whatever you decide, that's on you. If you don't want to be in this, I'm having a baby right now. Feels like it really like taints the journey of this. Totally. And I don't think that was the right move, but it happened. And like Taryn said, I think couples therapy is very necessary right now to get you guys in a better place, because the fact that all happened doesn't feel like a very like safe and respectful relationship right now.
Yeah.
But from the end of your email, I feel like you want out. The way that you're talking about your fears of people judging you seem to kind of trump the fear of losing this person. And the fear of losing this person I didn't hear anything about like why you would miss this person or you love this person or why they are your person. It was like, they're the only family I know. We've been together for so long. And anyone I know who has left a relationship with those being the forefront of the argument to stay are so glad they left.
That's such a great point.
So I don't know. In my head, it feels like you are checked out of this. And maybe I'm wrong. And I think maybe you don't even know that answer yet. And therapy is going to really help you get those answers. And like Taryn said, I think you kind of need to get them quick. But you do not stay in something just because it's all you know and it's all the support you think you have. It might be now, but what is waiting on the other side of this could be like way more support and way more joy. And the people in your life, like, don't overthink how people are perceiving you. Like, live in your truth, live in your peace, and that will find you. You don't need to like campaign to show why she was the bad person. Talk to your friends, lean on your friends and family and tell them like, hey, this decision was made without me. Like, I wasn't involved in this process of having a kid, and I had told her that I didn't know if I want kids, so we decided that she wanted to move forward and I wasn't there yet. So unfortunately, this is what we decided. But don't worry about what people are going to think of you.
I just feel bummed for you, and I'm really sorry going through this, and I'm sending you a big hug and a little forehead kiss consensually, if you would like, as a friend. And the one thing I was going to say too is like, dude, so much went into us picking our sperm donor that I'm like, what we wanted them to look like and their health and how compatible they were with like our family health, that I'm like, how did she do this on her own?
And so quick. Like, I'm just baffled by the speed at which she did this. I'm just confused by it.
This is a crazy story. Please keep us updated. I'm sure updates have come.
I really hope you find a lot of clarity in this process. And even though it might look like there's no silver lining in this, I know, like Taryn said, in a couple years, you are going to be like, I'm glad I made the decision I made, no matter what that decision is. Totally. I think you're going to be in the right spot. But I think, focus on like getting clarity for yourself about kids and if you want that and if you are ready to be a mom, and also if this is the right person for you still.
Yeah, that's not the only answer. That's not the only question. There's the question of, do you want kids? And then there's another question of, do I want kids with this person?
Yes.
If I do want kids.
Yes.
And I would not want kids with someone that made me feel like I need to hurry up and make a decision as big as this. And
or proceeded to make it before the decision was made.
And that. Like, it goes even beyond the first part.
That would, for me personally, would be it for me.
Yeah.
That would feel like a whole new level of disrespect that I don't know. And if they're capable of doing that, I just fear, okay, once the kid's here, is the person going to be like, well, I'm actually the mom. Like,
that's exactly what I was feeling.
That would make me lose trust for a person. So
yeah. I'm like, I would feel like the whole time they're like, well, I'm their mom. You didn't even want them. Like, that. Which is so uncool. I don't feel
good about, I get that it would be, if Taryn told me she didn't want to have kids, that would wreck me. I want kids so badly that would be really hard to navigate. I mean, obviously we talked about kids so much. Like, I would also be like blindsided because
this far.
Yes, but if for whatever reason you told me that, I'd be devastated. And I don't know how we would move forward from that. Yeah. I don't know what we would do.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you it would not result in, while we are married, me going and making a kid on my own.
100% no.
Most places don't even let you, to be honest. Like, most places won't just give sperm if you're married. You have to write that you're married, and you have to get consent from the other person.
I'm like, did she like fake documents?
Yeah, or like,
look into this.
Did she get sperm like in like one of those Facebook groups where you don't?
Oh, I hope not.
I'm so shocked. I'm so
not to shit on the Facebook groups. We're talking specifically about these ones where these guys take advantage of girls.
Yeah, who like desperately want a kid and like
gross experience. And I'm not saying that is
there's
not a good way to get sperm.
But I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling so sketched out by this, and like, I'm just hurting for you, and I'm really sorry that you're going.
Sorry,
through this.
bud. We got one more. Do we end on a good note, or do we end?
No, we like that was kind of dragged down. We're already over an hour, so I think.
Okay, great. Well, peepees, I love staying up with you. I love getting to know where you're at in your little lives as well.
I like when there's crossover with like experiences, whether between other peepees or that we've been through or we're going through. It's just fun to be like, oh my God, we're all out here living our own little lives, but then so many things are similar.
We have a Discord, like a group chat basically for the pod, and someone commented in there, or someone said something somewhere, that they met the love of their life in our Discord.
Oh yeah, you told me that. I didn't see that.
If we don't get that story sent into our email,
The next time I open my inbox,
immediately, I'm not recording a podcast for months.
Yep. We are going to protest until we get that in our inbox.
Yeah,
so everyone go tell the PP to share their story.
Get your shit together.
All right. We love you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
We love you.
Bye.
Whoa.